My name is Councillor Mercy Ume, and I'll be chairing today's meeting. The meeting is being broadcast live on Council's YouTube channel. If I lose connection, Councillor Borokwan will take over for me. I would like to remind all participants of few housekeeping points. Please keep your microphone muted unless you are speaking. Please keep your camera turned on when you speak at the hearing. Please note that the chat function has been disabled. If parties wish to add any additional information other than their allocated time to speak, they must raise their hand function so that they are not missed. I would like to ask all members to keep their questions and comments brief to the point. Now, I will move to the item on agenda 1, apologies for absence. No apologies for absence was received. Item 2, declaration of interest. Do members have any declaration of interest on the 3 applications?
None from me, Chair.
None from me, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Item 3, River Stand Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6HH. I would like to ask everyone participating to introduce yourself as I call on you. I would like to start with, I'll call your first name, Craig Bellis. Craig, the solicitor. Craig?
Yes, morning, Chair. I'm the solicitor representing the football club this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to call Amini Mackenzie. Amini?
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Amy Mackenzie. I'm the Operations and Venue Director of Fulham Football Club.
Okay. I'm going to call Glenn. Glenn?
Morning, everyone. My name's Glenn Sutton. I'm Director of Fulham Pier and the Riverside Development.
Thank you. I'm going to call Adrian.
Good morning, Chair. Adrian Overton, Licensing Manager at Hammersmith and Fulham.
Lorna.
Morning, Chair. Lorna McKenna, Licensing Compliance Officer from Hammersmith and Fulham.
Thank you. Gerta.
Hi, good morning, Chair. My name is Gerta Kodelai. I'm the solicitor representing the council.
Thank you. And objecting, I have Isobella Hill-Smith.
Yeah, Isabel Hill-Smith, and I'm also chairman of the Fulham Society.
Thank you. Okay. Procedure. In addition to the main agenda, a supplementary agenda A containing additional information from the objector and the applicant were published on 23rd of April 2024. Before we consider the application today, please may I quickly explain the procedure the committee will follow. This hearing will consider 3 applications for various aspects of Riverside Stand Fulham Football Club as follows. Application 1, application requested for boutique hotel. Application 2, application requested for members club on lower level 3, 4, and 5. Application 3, application requested for spa cafe on level 3. We will hear from the following for each application. The licensing officer will introduce the application, the objector, finally, the applicant. Usually, each party will address the committee for a maximum of 5 minutes. Following the presentation, all parties and committee may ask questions to any party for other persons present at the hearing. Except committee members, no party has the right to ask questions to any other party at any time during the hearing. Following the presentation and questioning, each party will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes to sum up their cases or presentation. The committee will then retire for deliberation. Upon its return, we will announce the committee's decision. The procedure will be repeated 3 times for each of the 3 applications. 1, first application requested for boutique hotel at Riverside. Presenting officer, can I ask the licensing officer, Lona, to introduce the application.
Yes, Chair. On the 25th of January 2024, Craig Bayliss from Keystone Law submitted an application on behalf of Fulham Football Club Limited for a new premises licence to be granted in respect of the boutique hotel in the Riverside Stand, Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6 6HH. The applicant proposes to operate a 13-bedroom boutique hotel in the northwest corner of the Riverside Stand, which will include a penthouse suite and external terrace on the 4th floor. The following licensable activities have been applied for: the sale of alcohol on the premises, Mondays to Sundays between the hours of midnight to midnight, the exhibition of films, indoors only, in the guest bedrooms only, Monday to Sundays between the hours of midnight to midnight, and the proposed opening hours of the premises is Mondays to Sundays between the hours of midnight to midnight. The applicant has proposed a number of additional steps to promote the 4 licensing objectives if the application is granted, and of note, the applicant has proposed a condition that the sale of alcohol shall only be supplied to hotel residents and their bona fide guests. On the 20th of February 2024, following correspondence with the police licensing team, the applicant agreed to add a further 5 conditions to the licence if it is minded to be granted today. During the consultation period, the licensing section received 10 representations objecting to the licence application from local residents. And in addition to the main agenda, a supplementary agenda A containing additional information from both the objectors and applicant was published on the 23rd of April. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Lona. Now, sorry. Can we please ask the objector to address the committee regarding the application? Can we hear from the objector? Isabel. 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. I don't think I'll need 5 minutes. I think the main issue is the licensing hours, which are basically continuous, and the fact that there is an external terrace on I think the 4th floor. Now, the proposed the location of this hotel is extremely close to a block of flats where many residents live, and so the noise of people enjoying alcohol would be broadcast, particularly because the river amplifies the sound, acts as a sort of mirror. This is a very quiet residential area, and I think this will create a lot of disturbance to those local residents, as well as to people just walking along the river. The Riverside Walk is a particular feature of Fulham, much enjoyed by many, and often used in the evening as well as during the day, because it is well lit. It's a lovely river walk there. So that is the main concern. It's the hours of the operation and it's the disturbance. So I'm pleased to see that the off-alcohol sales will be limited to consumption on the premises, which is what I understand to be the case, and only to guests of the hotel. So that is clearly helpful, but the use of the terrace, I think, needs to be restricted, particularly in the evenings, and the hours of alcohol consumption should be limited, because people who have had drinks, even if they're not drinking out on the terrace, they might be quite noisy when they're on the terrace. So those are the objections that I've heard from some of the members of the Fulham Society, and I think are reasonable in a residential area.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's not up to. Anyway, thank you very much. And can I ask the applicant, the solicitor, Craig, to address our committee? You have 5 minutes as well.
Chair, thanks very much. Just to put all the applications in context, Chair, I think it might be helpful just to tell you a bit about the background and the context. This is part of a development of the stadium, which is costing in excess of £100 million. It's a huge development of the Riverside Stand, redevelopment of the Riverside Stand, not just for the club and the football, but also for the local community. and it's not just the licensed spaces are not just designed for match days, but for continuous use by members of the public generally, rather than just people attending the stadium for matches. Planning permission has been granted for all of the licensed spaces that we're making application for today, and I've deliberately limited the times of the applications to the hours which have been approved in the planning application also, so they are in line with what's already been granted by planning. Dealing specifically with the hotel, it's a very small hotel, 13 rooms only. It's a boutique hotel. It's going to be I hate the use of the word upmarket, but it's going to be very upmarket. You're looking at maybe £300-400 a night per room. The reason that we apply for 24-hour licenses is, as I think probably you and your colleagues will be aware, all hotels always apply for 24-hour licensing. There isn't a bar at this hotel, so it's basically to permit people to use minibars in their rooms at any time of their stay. So if they wake up in the morning and they want a glass of champagne at 8 o'clock in the morning, or with their breakfast, or if they want a late night drink at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, they can just go to their minibar in the room and help themselves. So it's perfectly normal for 24-hour licenses to be granted for all, not just this hotel, but any hotel in London. I don't think you'll find many hotels that don't have 24-hour licenses. The reason for the application for films is that there will, of course, be TVs in the rooms, and people may want to watch a film on the TV. So that's it's not specifically for any other type of film. It's just if they want to rent a film or watch a video or something on their TV, then we need the application to cover films as well. No members of the public are going into this area. It's literally just for the license, it's just for the 13-bedroom hotel and nothing else. And as Isabel has indicated, there is an external terrace on the 4th floor. Again, it's been approved by planners. It's a bit difficult to restrict access to a terrace when you've actually paid to use the room. I don't really know how we would tell a hotel guest not to use the terrace after a certain time, because the terrace comes as part of the room, and it's going to be an attraction for people to hire that room or to stay in that room with the nice riverside views that they'll have from the terrace. There will, of course, be staff in the hotel at all times and security in the hotel at all times. So if there are any complaints about noise from the terrace, members of staff can go to the room and ask guests to turn it down or to limit whatever they're doing. But as I say, the rooms are fairly small. You're not going to get many people in a room, maybe a couple, maybe a family. So they're not designed for large scale use. They are small rooms for private use in the hotel. Chair, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, committee question. Can I ask committee members to ask questions of any party about the application and issues that has been raised at the hearing relating to 4 licensing objectives? The prevention of crime and disorder. 2, public safety. The prevention of public nuisance. 4th, protection of children from harm. So can I ask committee members to ask questions? Any members? Okay.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you to those who've already spoken. I've only, for now, got a couple of questions, really just so I can understand the development a bit better. Mr. Bayliss, can I just ask you, obviously it's the one thing that's kind of been highlighted is the terrace. The one thing I'm not sure about, and as with all licensing applications, I'm sure that the plans are perfectly accurate, but also utterly incomprehensible. Can you just let me know, this terrace, it's just riverside facing, so there's no, you can't view the pitch from the terrace. I assume that's correct.
That's right, Councillor, yes.
And what is the capacity of the terrace, roughly?
Oh, well, good question. The short answer is it wouldn't have a capacity because it's only designed for the occupants of the room to use it.
I appreciate that, but
I mean, I would guess you could probably get about 10 people on there at a pinch.
Right. Okay, so it's more of a balcony than a terrace.
It's a proper terrace. You'll be able to sit out on there. You know, if we ever get a sunny, warm day, you'll be able to sit out there and enjoy the sunshine with a glass of wine. But it's not for huge, large scale use. It's a facility for the guests who are staying in that particular room.
Okay, because my concern, and I'm sure that the residents' concern might be that an individual may rent the room.
Yeah.
Perfectly legitimately.
Yeah.
And then invite 40 or 50 of their closest friends to enjoy the sun setting over the Thames.
Understood.
Which is slightly different to, you know, 5 or 6 people having a glass of wine.
Sure.
But from what you're saying, that would just physically not be.
The terrace would not lend itself to a large scale gathering of that nature. I would guess maybe 15 at a push. I would think, but on the terrace. But you're not going to get any more than that.
Fine, that's great, thank you. And also, just really for confirmation more than anything else, you said there's no bar in the hotel. Is that there's no bar at all? So it's
there's a small. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the Riverside Stand exhibition papers that we lodged.
There's been a lot of papers.
Yes, sorry. It's page.
Yes.
It's page 5 of the supplementary agenda in the document that we submitted, and you can see if you look at page 5, there's a small entrance lobby area where there's the reception area, but there's no bar. Guests go straight up to their rooms, and they can sit around in the reception area if they want to, but primarily it's designed as a meet and greet area with very limited facilities, just the reception area itself. And,
sure.
and no dining facilities in the hotel either, because it's anticipated they will use dining spaces you're going to hear about later on today in connection with the other applications.
That's fine. Thank you very much. I think that's probably for now it from me, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Bayliss.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions?
Yes, Chair. Craig, can I ask you, do you have a hotel operator in mind, or is this going to be actually operated by Fulham?
No, we do. We have an independent operator who's already signed up and on board. I'm not quite sure of the openings of the various different licensed areas are staggered over a period of time. Glenn, do you want to unmute yourself and just help us with when you think the hotel might come on board with the operator?
Yeah, we expect, thank you for that. We expect the hotel to be completed around September or October this year. We've appointed a hotel operator, Sigis. They are well known for operating small scale, particularly boutique hotels. They operate properties like Zeta Hotels already around London and other franchise hotels like Virgin. And I thought I'd make one further point on the disturbance of the terrace, if I may, which is we have 12 other rooms in the building. We're highly incentivized to keep the peace for our other guests as much as we are for residents. And the first people that would be disturbed in any kind of activity on the terrace that was too loud would be our other hotel guests. So we'll always be highly incentivized to keep the peace for all those sleeping in the hotel at night. That's part of the job. Otherwise, we'll have one happy room and 12 angry rooms.
Thanks, Ben.
Okay, and then my other question is, I know this will obviously depend on the operator, but do you know how, I mean, that you don't have, there won't be a lot of rooms to market in this hotel, but sort of, do you know who the target audience kind of is that you're envisaging to come along, and how it's going to be marketed? For example, do you think it's going to be visitors to the actual football grounds, sort of coming along for a kind of upgraded experience, or are there sort of specific, because sometimes I think in the smaller hotels like this where you've only got 12, 13 rooms, the bulk of guests actually come sort of organised through sort of packages with certain sort of financial companies, kind of, you know, sort of upper class kind of hospitality and tourism areas and so on. Do you know if there's anything like that in place?
I don't think so. I mean, it's if you look at the photos that we've supplied in the supplementary agenda, you'll see it's very upmarket. It's very high end hotel. It's literally £300, £400, maybe even £500 a night, depending on the room. We don't envisage it to be associated with the football matches particularly. I mean, that, you know, at least half of the year there won't be any football operating at all in the stadium, but it's being marketed primarily on its prime location and the riverside views. Obviously, boat race day would be very popular potentially. But generally, it's being marketed as a standalone operation, which just happens to be part of the stadium, not particularly towards the hotel, and certainly not towards things like stag do's or hen do's. That's clearly not envisaged at all.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions from me, Chair.
Thank you very much. I think my only question is in terms of delivery. How will delivering of I don't know where your kitchen is, and I don't know the collection of beans. So can you tell me how, whether the noise there, whether there'll be, I don't know how this place is because I haven't been to this place. So tell me in terms of delivery.
Glenn, do you want to help us with delivery and collection times for the hotel and for the development generally, I suspect, because they're all going to be limited within a window, and I think it's part of the planning agreement that we can only have deliveries and collections within a certain time.
Okay, what time are we looking at? Do we know?
Glenn, are you familiar?
We're working on the logistics plan at the moment. Amy, my colleague, might have a few more details on that. But we currently receive the plan in terms of receiving deliveries is we have an entrance on Stevenage Road, which runs down the back of the Hammersmith stand, so separately from the public residential kind of paths that separate from there. So we've kind of got a goods in position that is shielded and quiet. And because we control the logistics across the site, because it's not a leaseholder site, so we haven't got 10 leaseholders with all their own supply chain, which would mean 10 dairy deliveries a day, 5 bread deliveries a day, 10 linen deliveries a day. Because we can control and consolidate that logistics plan, it is in our interest to have as few deliveries as possible.
Okay, in terms of collection, bean collection, is it the same way as well? The bean, because I'm sure the bottles of drinks, and how will you,
Yeah, any waste is kept internally, Chair, until the waste collection delivery happens. So that there's no noisy bottle bins kept outside. All the waste is kept inside in a central location, and then when the collection vans arrive for the waste, it's taken out to them then.
Okay. Any more questions from committee members? Okay, yes, yeah. Councillor Stanton, yeah.
Just one question, and it's obviously we have a number of hearings today, and this, I guess, might relate perhaps more to the other ones than just this one. So, but I'm going to ask it, then it's asked, which is, this is obviously a very substantial development by Fulham Football Club, and there seems to be a generic move by similar stadia around the country to offer not just a football offering from, you know, the facility, which does obviously increase the number of events that take place. And I was just wondering if you could kind of outline to us what Fulham Football Club were intending to do, if that is the case, because obviously we've been talking about match day.
Yeah.
But what are you thinking of increasing the offering that the venue provides, basically? And if so, if you could just outline that.
Yeah, I mean, very much so. I mean, talking effectively about the other applications you're going to be dealing with today, the offer, which is, as I say, it's gone through planning already, is effectively a comprehensive change to the whole of the riverside stand to take advantage of the unique location of the stadium, looking out over the river. It's a great location. It's very pretty. It's very attractive. There's the riverside walk going down along the side. And the proposal, quite simply, is to offer a whole variety of different activities, not just for the stadium use itself, but for the local community, the neighbourhood. We'll be hearing later on, I think this afternoon, the basement is an event space. You'll hear some more about that then, the sort of events that have got planned. Later this morning, I think the next application is the spa. We've got a beauty spa and clinic on one of the floors. We've got a members club, a bit like Soho House, which will be on the upper floors, which will operate at all times of the day. So it's a completely varied offer, which is effectively unrelated to the football stadium as such. I mean, it's complementary to the football, but it's effectively intended as a standalone offer.
Are there any moves to use the pitch area for example, music concerts?
Nothing at this stage. I've been asked about that in terms of giving licensing advice to it, but there's been nothing specific that I've been asked to apply for or do. The question's been raised. I'm not going to obfuscate about that. The question's been raised about whether they could use the pitch, but there's no specific plans to do so at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think the resident has her hand raised.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I had a follow-up question about the use of the external terrace.
Sorry, can you do it in your summing up, because you cannot ask question to them? You know that you cannot ask question to the solicitors cannot ask you question, neither could you ask question to them. When you are summing up, you can say that, or if you want to add it to whatever you want to say, but not to ask question. Okay. Is that okay? Okay? You can phrase it in any way you want to phrase it. We can listen, but you cannot ask question to them.
Okay.
So what would you like to say? Okay.
Sorry, you're saying I can sum up.
No, when it's time for you to sum up, you can bring
when
that.
It's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we will take it into consideration when we're going to deliberate. But you cannot ask question to them now.
I understand.
Okay. All right. In that case, any committee member, do you have any more questions? None. Okay. And in that case, I'm going to ask the licensing officer to sum up for 3 minutes. Licensing
Nothing
officer.
further. Nothing further to add, Chair.
Nothing. Okay. Now the objector, Isabel, could you sum up?
Okay, thank you. I think the main concern remains the use of the external balcony, which I think or the terrace, I think it's called, which you can see in the picture is quite large. And I think that room would be taken particularly by people who wanted to have gatherings there. That would be a particular reason for using that room. I think the use of the room should be restricted after 10 o'clock at night. I think that would be reasonable. So that residents could get a good night's sleep. I think if there were a 24-hour license as proposed, and there were any complaints from local residents, the response from the club would be that this is legitimate activity authorised by the licence, and therefore that's not a valid objection. And I think it would be very difficult for residents to bring complaints if there were inappropriate noise and disturbance after 10 o'clock. So I think given the sensitivity of the area and the residents that are literally in the block of flats right next door and the amplification from the river, it would be reasonable to limit the use of that space from 10 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. Thank you. And can I ask Mr. Bellis to sum up? 3 minutes.
Chair, thank you. Chair, 24-hour licenses are perfectly normal for hotels. It's absolutely run-of-the-mill for any hotel to have a 24-hour license. I don't know any hotels that don't have 24-hour licenses to allow guests to use the minibars in their rooms any time of day or night. The theory is that if you're staying in a hotel, it's just like staying in your own home, and you should be able to drink in your own home at any time. So there shouldn't be any difference there. As far as the terrace is concerned, I'm happy to offer you a condition that there'll be no music played on the terrace after 2300, if that's helpful. So we can make sure that guests don't disturb anybody with any music after that time. We haven't applied for music, any sort of music license there, so it would be curtailed by the alcohol supplies in any event. But I'm happy to offer no music outside on the terrace after 2300. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Bellis. Now, deliberation. I think we have the committee will have 10 minutes to retire and deliberate, and upon its return, we will announce our decision. Okay, so members, can people mute their phones, and then we retire and we come back? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Is
I've received it, yeah.
it is okay, yeah?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so once we read that we are ready.
Okay.
Chair, you're on mute.
Okay, thank you. Is everybody back? Okay.
Looks like it, yes.
Okay, thank you. Summary decision of license subcommittee, 30th April 2024. The boutique hotel in Riverside Stand, Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6 6HH, the premises. The committee has considered an application for a new premises license for sale of alcohol on premises only and exhibition of film indoors, guest bedroom only under the Licensing Act 2003. The application, in summary, the committee has decided, after taking into account all the individual circumstances of the case and the promotion of all licenses, objective to 1, grant the application follows: the sale of alcohol on the premises only Monday to Sunday, 00 hours to 00 hours. The exhibition of film indoors only, guest bedroom only, Monday to Sunday, 00 hours to 00 hours. Secondly, number 2, the opening hours of the premises as follows: Monday to Sunday, 00 hours to 00 hours. 3, the license is subject to any mandatory conditions. 4, the license is subject to condition volunteered by the applicant in the operating schedules. 5, the license is subject to the condition proposed by the place and agreed by the applicant. 6, the license is subject to condition offered by the applicant that no music shall be played on the terrace areas after 23 hours. This license becomes operational with immediate effect. If problems are experienced, then an application for review of the premises license can be made. A copy of this committee's full decision, including its reasons, will be sent to the parties forthwith. If the applicant or any person who has made relevant representation is unhappy with the decision, they are entitled to appeal to the magistrate court within 21 days from the date of notification of the full decision. Thank you all.
Councillor Ume, I think we're going to proceed to the second application now.
Okay. Okay, I think we are going to go on the third have to be second application.
The members club.
Yeah,
the chair's note. You just
we are going to go to the members second application requested for members club level 3, 4, and 5. Presenting officer. Can I ask licensing officer to present the application? Lorna? Presenting officer.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Sorry, Chair, just sorry to
Yeah, can you hear
interrupt.
me?
On my agenda, it's the Spa Cafe, which is the second application on the agenda.
We've moved this one up because the resident is objecting to this one, not the second.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my apologies. Sorry,
yes.
misunderstood.
Sorry, because that's what is on my note. Okay.
Shall I introduce the application?
Yes. No, yes, present the case.
Yeah, can you hear? Sorry, I think I don't know if it's my Zoom just keeps freezing, so apologies. On the 25th of January 2024, Craig Bayliss from Keystone Law submitted an application on behalf of Fulham Football Club Limited, the applicant, for a new premises licence to be granted in respect of the Members Club on levels 3, 4 and 5 of the Riverside Stand, Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6 6HH. The applicant proposes to operate the premises as a private members club within the Riverside Stand, which will provide refreshment and services, including the roof terrace on the 5th floor. The applicant has applied for the following licensable activities: the sale of alcohol both on and off the premises, Mondays to Sundays, between the hours of 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. And the opening hours of the premises is Mondays to Sundays between the hours of 8 a.m. till 11:30 p.m. The applicant has proposed a number of additional steps to promote the 4 licensing objectives if the application is granted this morning. And on the 20th of February 2024, following correspondence with the police licensing team, the applicant agreed to add 6 further conditions to the licence if it is minded to be granted. Further to this, on the 27th of February 2024, the applicant's agent informed the licensing team that the applicant had instructed them to reduce the hours applied for the sale of alcohol. So the new proposed licensable times being sought are for the sale of alcohol both on and off the premises, Mondays to Sundays between the hours of 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. During the consultation period, the licensing section received 10 representations objecting to the licensing applications from local residents. And in addition to the main agenda, a supplementary agenda A containing additional information from an objector and the applicant was published on the 23rd of April 2024. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Officer. Can I ask the objector, can we hear from the objector, Isabella? I have 5 minutes to tell us why to present your case. Isabella, yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Again, the main objection is about the use of the external terrace, which I think is much larger than the one for the hotel and also includes a swimming pool. So this is a much larger area and therefore, and actually in a similar location, I think just above or next to the hotel terrace. So again, very close to the River Gardens flats. So there is potential there for disturbance of the residents. So I think conditions are definitely needed. As I understand it from the papers, the sale of off alcohol would be limited to within the club premises and therefore not going outside. It's important that that is clarified and written into the conditions. And I think the other condition is the timing, closing at 10 o'clock. The outside area is closing at 10 o'clock. If that was a condition, I think that would go a long way to meeting the objections that local residents have. But I'm not quite clear whether these are going to be written into the license conditions or are just sort of operational proposals by the club. So those two matters are quite important. Yeah, I think that's it from me.
Thank you. Okay. Can I ask Greg, the applicant solicitor, to speak? If your concerns mentioned in the previous application are also relevant to the application, can you just summarize in addition comments so that that arises in this application. You have 5 minutes actually to sum up.
So you know about the background already in terms of the stadium development. As far as the members club's concerned, Dominic was asking about that previously. It's designed and set up to operate like a members club, like Soho has, a proper members club. It's fair to say we've had a lot of interest in this locally. We had a couple of days of exhibitions at the club when we invited residents to come and hear all about what's proposed at the various levels. And of all the different operations, this one garnered a lot of interest. People are already asking if they can sign up for membership straight away. It's a multi-use space. There's going to be a creche area. It's very much designed for family use. There's a creche. The swimming pool, I think, is at the other end. It's at the Bishop's Park end of the premises rather than the Isabel's end. So I don't see a particular issue in terms of noise from the outdoor heated swimming pool carrying through. You will note that we've only applied for alcohol sales until 11 o'clock and the closing time is 11:30. So effectively everywhere will be cleared of patrons and members by 11:30, and I don't think that's an unreasonable time in terms of closing the terrace. Chair, that's it.
Thank you very much. Then I go to committee. Do members have any further questions? Members?
Just one question, Chair, I think for now. Can I just confirm, again, coming back to the plans, it's not possible to view the pitch, is it, from anywhere in the members club?
No, not at all, no. The whole design, Dominic, for the hotel, the spa, the members club, it's designed to be, shall I say, different to the stadium. So, you know, it gives the riverside views. It's a completely different setup. It's offering a completely different experience to a match day experience. It's designed to operate 365 days a year when matches aren't there, so people can come in. There's a small restaurant in the members club. There's a bar in the members club. As I said, there's a creche area as well. So it's really designed to be family friendly and all day use.
Thank you. And the members clubs do sometimes kind of hire out function space. Is it anticipated that the club would be offering this? And I'm thinking, I guess relatively obviously, about the terrace area.
Yeah, that's been discussed internally. I'll ask Glenn to give a bit more information on that, but the sort of examples I've been given are Sony might want to hire a couple of the rooms for an internal presentation and then have some drinks afterwards in the bar. So I've factored into the application that the area for the members club can be used not only by members and their bona fide guests, but also for private pre-book functions. So maybe if I wasn't a member, but I wanted to have a 21st birthday party, something like that, maybe I could hire out the space. But again, I want to emphasise that the terminal hour for alcohol 11 o'clock and the terminal hour for closing 11:30 every day. I don't think those are unreasonable times in the circumstances.
Thank you. Glenn, Glenn, I think.
Hi.
If you could just expand on that.
Yeah, the one caveat I would mention with members clubs is the normal way that events are offered or ran in members clubs is any event must be sponsored by a member. So a member must be connected with an event. That's normal. That's partly because members don't really like their clubs being taken over. They pay an annual fee for them and they want access to them. And it's secondly to make sure that there's somebody responsible for the guests that attend an event, whether it's a small one, a dinner for 6 or a larger one, in terms of them abiding by the club's rules and standards. And so if an event is hosted by a member and there's an incident at that event, it can often lead or could lead to the revocation of that membership. So that's the usual mechanism for events with the members club. So to give the example Craig gave there, if Sony were to come in and host an event, we've got a very small screening cinema room in there, for example, there'd have to be a connection between Sony and an existing member, and that member would have to agree to sponsor that event and take responsibility the guests at that event under their membership.
Thank you.
And again, as far as the terrace is concerned, we've got a vested interest in making sure that any activity on the terrace is not noisy and not a nuisance, because we've got 13 hotel bedrooms pretty much next door, and we want people to have a quiet and enjoyable time in the hotel, as well as enjoying the space in the members club. Okay,
that's great. Thank you. No more questions from me at the moment, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
From me, can I ask Craig? Again, it's I asked this last time. Do you have an operator for the members club?
Actually, I don't know about that. Glenn, can you help us? Do we have an operator yet for the members club? Are we talking to anybody?
No, we operate the members club in-house, actually. So the club is ran by our in-house hospitality teams, and we're directly hiring and employing the membership teams and the membership management teams. With the hotel, we brought in an operator because accommodation is a very specialist area. Whenever you've got people sleeping and staying in a building, that's considered quite a specialist area. But for the members club, we were very confident to operate that environment directly, so we will be.
So in terms of the I'm just thinking about the kind of guests or the kind of people and the kind of bookings and things you'll be getting. There'll obviously be the local, you'll have interest in the local community, people who live in the area who might want to use it. Will you be marketing, looking for members further out? Or are you, what's your strategy for membership at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, we won't try and there's no plan to restrict membership geographically, but the reality of a club in an environment like this is that, the vast majority, probably 60 or 70% of the members will be drawn from the immediate area, because they provide a facility for people living locally. In the daytime, quite a lot of people will use it to many people, as many of us are today, are working from home now and get a bit tired of that and want to move to another space and take a call or write up a report or something. So we envisage quite a lot of that in the day. The creche facility has been designed specifically to address that local requirement. There's a lot of people that are running businesses or working from home now. All our studies showed this in the immediate area, but that also have parental responsibilities during the day, and so the principle of the club was that it would be particularly attractive to those that find themselves in the immediate area for most of their week, but also have parental responsibilities and would appreciate the support with that. A membership committee will be created. Membership applications are processed by the committee. The committee is usually drawn from a group that's reflective of the membership that you're trying to cultivate. But for us, a good, healthy membership is mostly drawn from the local area, has a very good gender, age group and ethnicity balance. That makes for a healthy, interesting club and a good club culture.
Any idea, Glenn, on fees? What the level of fees are going to be?
Good question. We're still assessing fees at the moment, but our principle is that we would be less expensive than our most local kind of direct competitor, if you like, which might be Chiswick High Road House, operated by Soho House. So membership fees ranging from about £400 a year to about £800-900 a year would be normal, with particularly discounted fees for those under 30 in that kind of normal principle. And it's important that we have a lively, good club culture. The club will also host lots of sort of staged events for its members, talks, demonstrations, perhaps trips, other things like that, activities that can draw the membership together.
And you're not marketing at a particular sort of industrial sector or, people from profession or a special interest?
No, not at all. It will primarily operate, I think, in the daytime as a partly a kind of place where people can work and host meetings and spend their free time, and more as a social club in the evening. No, we're not trying to set ourselves out to be narrow enough. We want to be a very welcoming environment, and we want to draw a broad group in.
Okay, and will you be offering things like day memberships or short-term memberships?
No plan for that at the moment. I mean, it's always difficult with these projects to assess the demand, but generally in order to build a club culture, there must be a process of acceptance and entrance. If you're trying to cultivate a club and a culture and you're trying to build that environment, so that doesn't usually suit that. When we get to the spa, that's different. The spa offers day-to-day access, no membership required. Many of the other the members club is the only amenity in the building that has that kind of membership restricted type of access. Everything else is open normally to the public on a day-by-day use basis.
Okay, no further questions from me, Chair.
Thank you very much. I think I've asked this question before in terms of being and delivery. I'm assuming it's going to be the same from what we said previously.
That's right, Chair. Yeah, there's a central core area where everything's taken for collection at a specific time once the collections turn up.
I understand. You mentioned about attendance, residents, when you had meeting with the residents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how many? Do you have an idea how many of the residents that attended this?
It was a sort of a free. It was over a day, I think. And Amy, you might be able to help us with that. Were you there when they were doing the resident meetings and setups?
Unfortunately, I wasn't. No. It was actually set out, I believe, over 2 days.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I believe we did get a rough idea on numbers, but I don't know what that exact number was. I know it was quite popular.
We did a leaflet drop, Chair, around all the local roads so that people knew it was happening and they could just drop in anytime and ask questions. But there were some boards up so that people could see pictures, and much like the ones you've got on in the supplementary agenda.
Yeah.
And they were quite well attended. The feedback that I had was that of the members club, there was particular interest in the members club.
Okay. And I don't think I have any further questions unless members have more questions. Okay. In that case, can I sum up? Do we have the licensing officer to sum up, please? Nana?
Nothing further to add, Chair.
Okay.
Nothing further to add.
Thank you. Okay. Isabel Hill Smith, have you got any 3 minutes to sum up?
Well, just the main concern is the use of the external areas, the swimming pool and the terrace, which I thought was going to be restricted to 10 o'clock, but maybe that was for something else. From what Craig said, it's proposed to be 11 or 11:30, which it seems far too late for a large external space like that. That's the main concern, that use of the external terrace, because those people, even if they live locally, they won't know their immediate neighbours in River Gardens flats, and there are a lot of flats just there right next door. That could be a very noisy space. And in a residential area, I think the council's guidance suggests that things should close at 10 o'clock in residential areas. So that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, thank you, Isabel. Can I ask Mr. Bayliss, the applicant solicitor, to sum up 3 minutes?
Sure, yes, nothing further to add. Really, again, as with the hotel, in relation to the external terrace, I'm happy to offer a condition that there'll be no music played on the terrace after 11 o'clock, if that helps. And the closing time is 11:30 in any event for the whole area. If you want, I'm prepared to offer that condition.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. In that case, I think the community now will retire and take a decision for this application in a separate meeting room. We will come back, and you are welcome to remain in the meeting to hear committee's decision. If you do not want to wait, a summary decision will be published on council's website tomorrow morning. Can I ask members to turn off their video and mute their microphones and join me in the next room? Is everybody in?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Summary decision of License Subcommittee, 30th April 2024. Members Club on level 3, 4, and 5 in Riverside Stand, Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6 6HH. The premises. The committee has considered an application for a new premises license for the sale of alcohol, both on and off premises under the Licensing Act 2003. The application, in summary, the committee has decided, after taking into account all the individual circumstances of the case and the promotion of 4 licensing objectives, to 1, grant the application as follows. The sale of alcohol on and off the premises Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 23 hours. 2, the opening hours of the premises are as follows. Monday to Sunday, 08 hours to 23 hours. 3, the license is subject to any mandatory conditions. 4, the license is subject to the condition volunteered by the applicants on the operating schedule. 5, the license is subject to condition proposed by the place and agreed by the applicants. 6, the license is subject to condition offered by the applicant at the hearing that no music shall be played in the external areas after 23 hours. This license become operational with immediate effect. If problems are experienced, then on application for a review of the premises license can be made. A copy of this committee's full decision, including its reason, will be sent to all parties forthwith. If the applicants or any person who made relevant representation is unhappy with the decisions, they are entitled to apply to the magistrate court within 21 days from the date of notification of the full decision. Licensing Subcommittee, 30th April 2024. Thank you. Now, the committee has taken that decision. So we go to the third application request, which is application requested for Spa Cafe in level 3. Presenting officer, can I ask the licensing officer, Lona, to introduce the application? Is Lona there?
Yes, Chair. On the 25th of January 2023, Craig Bayliss from Keystone Law submitted an application on behalf of Fulham Football Club Limited, the applicant, for a new premises licence to be granted in respect of the premises known as the Spa Cafe on level 3, Riverside Stand, Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6 6HH. The premises proposes to operate as a spa cafe, which will provide refreshments to patrons attending the spa for treatments, exercise, or relaxation. And the applicant proposes that the off-sales of alcohol will be limited to consumption by patrons within the spa areas, treatment or massage rooms, or swimming pool. The following licensable activities have been applied for: the sale of alcohol both on and off the premises, Monday to Sundays between the hours of 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. and the opening hours of the premises, Monday to Sundays between the hours of 8 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. The applicant has proposed a number of additional steps to promote the 4 licensing objective if the application is granted today. And on the 20th of February, following correspondence with the police licensing team, the applicant agreed to add 5 further conditions to the license if it is minded to be granted. Further to this, on the 27th of February 2024, the applicant's agent informed the licensing team that the applicant has been instructed to reduce the hours applied for the sale of alcohol, and the new licensable times sought are the sale of alcohol both on and off the premises, Monday to Sunday, between the hours of 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. During the consultation period, the licensing section received 9 representations objecting to the license application being granted from local residents. And I can confirm, in addition to the main and supplementary agenda A, containing additional information from the objected applicant, was published on the 23rd of April 2024. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Officer. The objectors, if for the objector, if you are concerned,
yeah, we don't have any objectors for this.
We don't have any objectors, okay. And no objectors, so have been confirmed to this attendance. Can I ask Mr. Bellis, the applicant's office solicitor, to speak? If your concern mentioned in the previous application are also relevant to the application, can you summarize the additional comments you want to raise in this application? You have 5 minutes.
Did I hear right? There's no objections to this application? No representations, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's a spa, relaxation, massage, treatments, that type of thing. The terminal hour for alcohol is 2200, so it's much earlier than all the rest of the applications. We don't envisage alcohol being a large part of this operation. There is a spa cafe, which is the primary area for alcohol consumption. It's ancillary really to the treatment rooms. Obviously, you wouldn't expect people to be drinking alcohol in treatment rooms. But as was mentioned with the previous application, there is a heated swimming pool outdoor, which is adjacent to the spa at the Bishop's Park end of the stadium. And people might want to take a drink out there while they're relaxing around the pool, that type of thing. But we don't see alcohol being a huge asset for this particular premises. It's just more of a facility, I suppose, as much as anything else. Cafes on the 3rd floor, I think, and the treatment rooms are spread over the 3rd and 4th floors. That's it, really.
Okay. Can we confirm that there's no objectors in this application, Officer?
There was 9 objections received during the consultation period, but no one who raised an objection for this application has confirmed their attendance today.
Okay. Okay. In that case, thank you, Mr. Bellis. And can I ask committee members to ask questions?
Yeah, same questions I've asked previously. Is there a spa operator for this facility that's been either chosen or you're speaking with, or will it be operated directly?
I'll pass to Glenn on that one. I don't know if we've got an operator yet for the spa.
No, our plan is to self-operate the spa, but as with many other spa facilities, you may bring in a number of specialist practitioners in each area for the delivery of specific services. And some of those may be self-employed but contracted to us.
Do you see the majority of the guests for the spa coming from the members club that you're operating? Like, will you be cross-marketing and cross-promoting?
Yeah, I mean, we'd hope so. We'd hope members will take advantage of the spa being close by. Hotel guests may also use the spa, that there'd be another target audience. But actually, the majority of visits we would imagine would come from locals, residents in the area. There is, we're creating a spa that kind of focuses on a couple of key aspects: longevity, human optimization, recovery, and there's a lot of demand for that in the area, and not so many high-end facilities available in the area. So we would imagine most of the users would be locals coming in for yoga classes, Pilates, massage, those sorts of things.
And will you be accepting guests under the age of 18? Or have you not got that far yet?
That's a good question. No, I mean there are some areas. There's been an expanded interest in kind of, if you like, teen spa days, which are kind of for a group 16 plus usually. They require some special organisation. It has been discussed as whether or not it should be part of the concept, not least because we've got a kind of private suite facility adjacent to the pool that you could kind of have a more kind of communal spa day with friends or relatives in that space. So that may be appropriate, but nothing's confirmed, and there's no product on offer of that sort at the moment.
Okay, so at this stage, it's safe for us to assume that you probably, unless we hear different in the future, there will be underage sort of visiting the spa. So that the staff will obviously be doing sort of age checks and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, obviously, for some services, some spa services, there are age restrictions and age guidance, so that will be followed, and we'll need to help the practitioners follow those. Yeah, it's not anticipated to be an area that would be appropriate for young people, really, for very young people, anyway.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Chair.
Thank you.
I think just as an addendum, I will have to apply for a special treatments license. I don't know if Adrian wants to comment, but I think I'm going to have to get a special treatment license for some of the treatments that are proposed.
Okay.
I can help with that if that's helpful, Chair.
Yes.
No, that's correct. I believe that the treatments identified, you would need a special treatment license, so we're able to help with that as and when you need that. It's not a problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Any more questions from members? I don't have any question myself. Any more questions? Okay, in that case, can I ask the licensing officer to sum up? 3 minutes.
Nothing further to add, Chair.
Okay. As we have no objector, can I ask the applicant's solicitor to sum up then?
Nothing further to add, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. In that case, the committee now will retire and take its decision in a separate room. And then you are welcome to remain in the meeting to hear the committee's decision if you don't want to wait for the summary. Okay. And once decision is reached, upon its we return, I will announce the committee's decision. So please, committee members, join me in the deliberation room.
think everyone's back, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. London Borough of Hammersmith and Fulham summary decision for license subcommittee. 30th April 2024, Spa Cafe on level 3, Riverside Stand, Fulham Football Club, Stevenage Road, London, SW6 6HH, the premises. The committee has considered an application for a new premises license for the sale of alcohol, both on and off premises, under the Licensing Act 2003. The application, in summary, the committee has decided, after taking into account all the individual circumstances of this case and the promotion of 4 licensing objectives, to 1, grant the license as follows: the sale of alcohol on and off the premises, Monday to Sunday, 10 o'clock to 22 hours. 2, the opening hours of the premises are as follows: Monday to Sunday, 08 hours to 23:30 hours. 3, the license is subject to any mandatory conditions. 4, the license is subjected to conditions volunteered by the applicant in operating schedule. 5, the license is subject to the conditions proposed by the place and agreed by the applicant. This license becomes operational with immediate effect. If problems are expected, then an application for review of the premises license can be made. A copy of the committee's full decision, including its reasons, will be sent to the parties forthwith. If the applicant or any person who has made the relevant presentation is unhappy with the decision, they are entitled to appeal to magistrate court within 21 days from the date of notification of the full decision. Licensing Subcommittee, 30th April 2024. Can I thank everyone for attending this meeting this morning, and our next meeting will be at 2 o'clock. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chair. See you at 2 o'clock.
Yes, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.